Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Sock Talks with Joy and Sean. Hope you're having a great week. And it's November already. It's hard to believe. We've been
Oh,
talking about coming into this last quarter. Now we're like in the middle of the last quarter, right? It's like, wow. And the time changes this weekend. Holy
hopefully for the
cow.
last time.
I know, I
Pretty sure
know.
I told you, I'm pretty sure I read an article that will change next spring and then that'll be it.
Yeah,
So we'll see.
yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be fun, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I like the time change. I like, just like I like the seasons. Of course, I can't say this to you. You're down in Florida. You love this, like, you know, no snow stuff.
It's weird though when like we're on really Atlantic time right now, which is what St. Thomas is. So it was weird when we moved in October and it was getting dark and it was like 6 o'clock and it's still 80 degrees, but it's dark and it was like it's just weird. So, but you know what? Just like yeah, nothing you can do about it.
No, you
Nothing you can do
can't. You
about it.
can't.
So
But I think everybody kind of goes through a mind shift with it when it happens. Like of course it's always a sign for we people that like Hallmark movies. You're coming into the winter season and it's darker at night and it's like, oh, I can watch more special. I can watch more movies. I can, the Hallmark thing is gonna happen and gonna have all these like Christmassy things. But see, you don't get that because you're not kind of not into the Hallmark,
no, I'm just
you
like
know.
it's 5 o'clock and it's dark. This sucks. Now I'm going to be in bed by 8 o'clock.
I know. Yes, I'm gonna go but it is gonna be lighter in the morning, so that's a good thing. This kind of leads us into, I mean, here we are getting wrapped up in this time change thing. And think about how many things in our business that we get wrapped up in and we have to release it and just do what we always do.
No control over it. No control.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I this is me. My personal thing is I've always kind of had this attitude of, things are going to work out. Financially, whatever I'm going, things are going to work out. When I when I don't have that attitude, that's when I struggle.
Hmm.
For me, that's how it
Okay.
works for me. And I saw this thing. It was like a quick video, and this guy's like, I'm going to talk to you something nobody talks about on the law of attraction. When you want it so bad, and you see the clinch, when you want it so bad, that's when it doesn't happen. It's really you have to release that to say, look, I am make your statements. He's not saying that, but then just go to work and just kind of release it.
Right.
Because if you're then you're clenching against what you want, which then rejects what you want,
Hmm.
which is
Hmm. It's a
seems weird,
resistance.
but that's really how it works. Where you just say, you know what, that's going to happen for me. I'm going to go to work. We know what success looks like and send out cards. Sending a
Hmm.
card a day, sharing videos, sharing the ebook, and walking people through sending a card and get them started. Do a little training, rinse and repeat. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's the same thing with the star programs that we have going. Just make star one. Just keep making star one.
Yeah,
Keep making star one.
over and
One
over.
star two, instead of be focused. Same thing when you're working towards an incentive, and some people say, okay, especially if it's an incentive that's a tiered kind of a thing, and it's like, okay, I'm going to get the top tier. I'm going to get this paid for, and that paid for, and then it's like they get frustrated if they don't reach that point.
Right.
And it's like you have to step back and say, okay, yeah, it's okay to go reach for that goal, but what you got to back it up and say, what are you going to do on a daily basis? What are you going to be consistent with? What are you going to look at that's really pertinent to that goal? And as you can release yourself and do the little things that you're supposed to do all the time, the goal's going to come.
And the other thing that I've kind of seen over the last few months, and the kind of common denominator is money doesn't know your age. That can be
Yep.
you see it all the time that these teens are making millions, and part of it is they're not all blocked up with all the shit that's in our head when we're 58 years old. They're just
Hmm.
like, dude, up, why not? Let's go. And
Yeah.
well, what if this happened? Well, what if this happened? What if this? They just go. They put in the work. They go for it, and it happens for them. Or
Hmm.
and then there's all the stories of people making it. Finally, Colonel Sanders was what 70 years old, I mean, finally it just clicked, and probably, probably there was a mind shift change at that time that he found
Yeah.
something, and I'm just going to go to work and look what happens. So
Mhm.
it can happen. It doesn't matter your age. You just kind of have to release it, which everybody's like, well, what the hell's that mean?
Yeah. Release
State your
it.
goal and go to work.
Right. Right.
So,
Yeah. You
yeah,
gotta have, and when we've talked before, you've got to have a goal. You wanna have something you're looking forward to. You want to have something to work towards, something that's gonna make you, you know, get up in the morning and do the work,
yep.
But if you hold on to it too long and that's the only thing that's important, you're gonna miss what you need to do. Does
Right.
that make sense? Are
And a
we
lot of
making
good things
sense today,
probably
Sean?
in between,
Huh?
and a lot of good things in between.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. So forget, yeah, time change or not,
keep working.
keep working, keep doing the same thing. Keep doing the same thing. I don't know about you, Sean, but I know that 9 o'clock is always my cutoff time to talk to anybody. In the evenings, and 9 o'clock in the morning is my start time. I always get aggravated when people call me before or after that. It's like, what, as if they know what my time schedule is, right? So it doesn't matter. I mean, 9 o'clock, you're going to have 3 hours of darkness behind you. That doesn't mean anything. 9 o'clock is still 9 o'clock. Make your calls or do what you want till then.
You know what? You bring up a great point. And again, I just saw this guy talking, and he was a sales guy, young, new to a company, and he goes, yeah, 9 to 5, 9 to 5. That's what all the successful sales guys are doing, and he's doing the same thing, and it was just not working. He's like, maybe this isn't for me. He goes, you know what? I'm gonna do the total opposite. So he called. He made calls between 7:30 and 9 in the morning, and between 5 and 7:30 at night. And what he found was he was more so able to get to the person he really needed to talk to. The gatekeepers weren't there because it wasn't 9 to 5. And he goes, I became one of, if not the successful, one of the most successful salespeople in my company. I did the
Interesting.
exact opposite of what everybody's doing. And you hear that a lot. If
Mhm.
everybody's moving this way on a certain thing, this way's where the money is. So just kind of be open to those kind of ideas. And if
Mhm.
something's not working for you, switch it up.
I switch it up.
So, but
Yeah, switch it up.
the consistency part. And, we need to look no further than Jordan Adler in our organization.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
been no one more consistent, and it's not a surprise where he is
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
how, well respected he is in
In
the
the industry.
network marketing field. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. He's definitely one of the top.
it's that WWJD. It's Jordan, not Jesus. So just, now nobody yell at me for changing it. Come on.
Oh, well, hey, I can't let November go without reminding everybody about this being the month of gratitude and all
So,
of the wonderful things that are out there. Next Friday is Veterans Day. Great opportunity. The 13th is World Kindness Day. Think about what you can do on World Kindness Day all the way around the board.
so is the holiday next Friday or Monday?
The actual day is next Friday, the 11th. It's always on the day. Veterans Day is always on the
Okay,
day.
so remember that'll be no mail that day then.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Good point.
And
Yeah.
if you're not talking to your clients, your past customers, and anybody new about Thanksgiving cards, you're missing out.
Oh,
Because people really, I just signed up somebody yesterday. He's like, yeah, used to do them, used to handwrite them. I'm like, tell me I'm gonna do 100. Great. So this 250 or 500 package is probably good for you. Okay. Sign up for the 500, and
yeah. Yeah.
his assistant's going to create the card, and boom, out it goes. So
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I just am I had somebody yesterday also doing the same thing. It's just like, how many you send in? And he said 250. I said, okay, we need to go here and let's get it set and
yeah.
get it
And
scheduled.
those should probably go out that following 12, 11, 12, by
No,
the 4th.
see, I don't even promote that, Sean, Thanksgiving Day. I promote the month of Thanksgiving and the month of gratitude.
Right.
And you can send them anytime. Do it anytime because anytime.
It's the month, right?
It's
Yeah.
the month. It's the
But if
month
you
of
really truly doing a Thanksgiving card,
right.
yeah.
Right.
So, and that's what he
Yeah.
wanted to do. So
Yeah. Yeah. And we'll talk about it as we get closer to New Year's. Same with the New Year's. And I think you're gonna do a video on New Year's cards here pretty soon, aren't you, for the holiday
yeah, I
season?
think the second week in December.
Yeah, yeah.
After Christmas card. And yeah, you could, I mean, I send it kind of close to right after Christmas, but it can land anytime in January.
Anytime in the month of January,
Right.
you're 100% right. That whole month is the beginning of a new year.
Right.
And so you don't get wrapped up. Here we are. We're telling you, you don't get wrapped up on those things. It's like it's got to be like Christmas. It's got to be
Well,
like New Year's.
it's like birthday cards and we've had this conversation. Card didn't get there till after your birthday. So what? They got it.
Yeah,
I,
yeah, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I had somebody yesterday or a couple days ago. I sat with her and we sent the free card. And I know when I sit with them, they're like under pressure. You're looking over their shoulder or whatever, and it's like they can't think of what to say. I said, "Look, I said this is going to go in your history," and I said, "I'm going to show you where that's at, and you've got till midnight tonight, to go back there
yeah.
and put your own words in there the way you want it." Okay, so I showed her all that, right? Well, she messaged me last night. She says, I sent my first card out. She says, but I'm really upset because I'm first other card after the free one. And she says, I'm really upset because the first one we did, it sent and I didn't make my changes. And she says, I thought it was impending. I said, well, it wasn't pending in history, but only until midnight.
Right. Not 3 days later.
But she was like really upset. I said to her, I said, hey, no reason to be upset. I said that card is going to get to them. Whatever your message is, it's going to be a conversation. If it's not what you want to do, it just gives you an opportunity, and nobody's going to care. The idea that you did it for them is what's going to be important.
The Maya Angelou quote: "Forget what you say, forget what you do. It's how you make them feel."
Yeah,
You
and
could
you
put in
made them feel
hi,
good by doing it.
hi, and that's it.
Yeah.
And they get that card, and it just sparks something in them. Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. So, hey, yeah, I know, it's all this, right? Yeah. So how many Halloween cards did you send out after Halloween? There is just like a ton of them. I mean, people
oh
come
my
up with
God.
stuff like
I bet you
40.
I've done 50 since
Yeah,
Monday.
yeah. It's just,
Yeah. And
what do you put on the back, Sean? Do you put anything on the back other than Halloween 2020?
so I
Finishing
so
too?
for I do a lot of postcards, but sometimes the picture, if I want the picture to be pristine, and I don't, there's some of my friends I don't send postcards because they're I don't know what their post office is doing, but they're mangling the crap out of them.
Yeah, yeah, I do.
So on my anything Halloween, the Christmas, um, Mother's Day, Father's Day, flat card if it's a beautiful picture or a postcard, and on the back I just put Happy Halloween 2022.
Yeah, yeah,
Merry Christmas 2022.
yep,
It's because, again, that picture, that card, it's not about me. It's about them and that
right,
picture and
right,
that moment and that
right.
memory that they'll
Yeah.
have.
Yeah,
So,
I think yeah, you're
how about
100%
you?
right. And those are the cards that they're going to frame or put on the fridge and they're
Yeah.
going to put away. And years later, they're going to say, what year is this? And
Yep.
they're going to turn around and there it
And
is.
it's not a faded. I remember my parents, looking at books and it's like, does that say 1970? What?
Hey, with that card though, Sean, let me ask you something. If you don't do the postcard, and many of them I do flat cards too, because I have the same idea as you do, is wanting them, around here the post office does mangle our postcards. And so anyways, would you put your name on it anyway so they know that it came
I,
from you?
I do because somebody, and I go back and forth. Again, that card's
It's
not
not
about
about you, it's
it's
about
not
them.
about me. And somebody pushed back like, why don't you put your name on it? Well, I get 30 cards and sometimes someone else's opens for me. I'm like, all right, the people I'm sending cards to don't get 30 cards. So
Yeah.
they know most of them know it's me. I'll
Yes,
do Sean in the little dot dot with smiley face, whatever, sometimes. Other times I don't put my name on it
yeah.
because it isn't. It's not about me.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and I don't either. I totally agree with you too. And I think if somebody really wants to always remember that they're going to write your name on there, so they remember. I do that with a lot of Christmas cards when I get them, and it's only on the envelope, and they forgot to sign it, or
right,
there's another Sean out of the 25 Seans I know, or something.
right.
I want to know which Sean.
Not the one
Yeah,
special
right.
one.
You are like the only Sean I know, I think,
Yep.
or ones I get cards from, anyways. How's
We have
that?
three Sean's in my BNI group.
Do you really?
We used to have four.
Oh
Oh,
my gosh. Well,
anyway,
that's stupid.
we're
All
dragging
right,
on.
everybody.
Are we
Hey,
still
thanks,
recording?
everybody. Don't get wrapped up in the time
Let it
change.
go.
No,
Let it go. Yes,
let
go
it
with the
go.
flow.
Do it.
Whatever you want. If that's not your nature, try it and
Yeah,
see what happens. So,
you got it. You got
all
it.
right.
Okay, everybody.
See you,
See you
dudes.
next week. See you, Sean.
Bye bye.